Hi everybody, welcome to Sansal Videos Educativos. Today we are going to study when to use a past simple and a past continuous. Remember that in previous videos we studied how to form a past simple and how to form a past continuous. We also studied when to use these tenses, but today we are going to make a review of these uses and we are going to study when to use past simple and past continuous in the same sentence. So when using a past simple and past continuous, as I told you before in previous videos, past simple on the one hand is used to speak about activities finished in the past with no connection to the present. So actions that are finished. For example, Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa is an action that happened in the past and has no connection to the present. This tense usually goes with finished time words like yesterday or expressions like last week, at 2 o'clock, etc. For example, I went to the cinema yesterday. Remember that is used with finished actions. On the other hand, past continuous is used when we are speaking about activities that started and finished in the past, but we want to make an emphasis, we emphasize the progress, the duration of this action. For example, he was working all night. When we want to use these two tenses in the same sentence, we have to take into account some aspects. If we have a line of time and we have a present, we have future, these two tenses are past, so they are going to be in the past. What is the difference between them? One of them is a continuous action in the past, and the other one is the action that interrupts the other action. Okay, so for example, we have an action that is I was doing my homework, and there is another action that stops, interrupts this action, that is that the telephone rang. Okay, so I was doing my homework is past continuous, and the past simple is the action that is in the middle of the past continuous. It stops the other action. Okay, we have another two examples. For example, I was taking a bath when the telephone rang, or while I was taking a bath the telephone rang. When and while are two connectors that are used with past simple and past continuous. In this case, when is before the past simple and while is before the past continuous. We can also use past simple and past simple. When do we use these two tenses at the same time? To explain the order of events. For example, I woke up and took a shower. The first action is I woke up, and then the second one is I took a shower. So I am explaining the order of events. But we cannot use a past continuous and a past simple because it's not an action that was happening and the other stops or the other interrupts. No, these two actions happen one after the other one. I have another example. They opened and left. They opened and left. Open is the first action and then is followed by the other action. Open the door and left. And it's also possible to use past continuous and past continuous in the same sentence. When do we use this? When we try to say that they were happening at the same time. The two actions were happening at the same time. For example, Anne was writing a letter and Steve was reading. These two actions were happening at the same time in the past. Okay, and we have the connector and that tell us that they were happening at the same time. I would like to remember that we have some state verbs. These verbs, like, hate, want, believe, remember, smell, hear, or own, they cannot be used with past continuous. They don't use the past continuous. Why don't they use the past continuous? Because they have a continuous meaning. For example, I wanted to open the window. Want has a continuous meaning, so we cannot use the past continuous with them. For example, the food smelled really great. It can only be used in the past simple. Okay, so that's all. We have finished this unit studying or explaining when to use a past simple and a past continuous. I hope it's clear for you, and we see each other in the next video. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.